A federal task force is looking for 50 foreign athletes and officials who remain in Australia after the Commonwealth Games and have not applied for a new visa. It follows revelations 190 people who stayed behind have applied for temporary protection. 10 applied for other visas.
One of 250 foreign athletes and team officials who remain in Australia. Cameroonian Simplice Fotsala is enjoying his newfound freedom, soaking up the Melbourne nightlife. In Senate estimates, those in the Constitutional Affairs Committee are also enjoying themselves.
Thanks.
Just to be helpful.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's very helpful.
Indeed, estimates was helpful, officially revealing a figure much higher than migration agents and refugee support groups had been expecting.
There's 200 that are now lawful in the country because they've applied for a visa of some type.
African community leaders have spoken to many of the athletes and officials who stayed behind after the Commonwealth Games, and some are still in Queensland. Robert Mukombozi says the community is working together
to try and make sure that the athletes who've stayed have a case to put forward, but that they take that opportunity to put their case forward and not slip under the radar.
For those who still haven't applied for a visa, federal authorities have set up a task force
to try and find leads in relation to these people and to take them into immigration detention and eventually to deport them.
Certainly it's very clear in our law and in international law that if you have a fear, you have the right to seek the protection of a country that is signatories to the Refugees Convention, and that is exactly Australia's case.
Many of the foreign athletes and officials who remained in Australia left Queensland for Melbourne, Sydney and Canberra, where larger immigration legal advice services exist. Those services say appropriate checks and balances are in place, but the Home Affairs Minister is looking at making some changes. Those that haven't made a protection claim still can. Tim Swanston, ABC News, Brisbane.